Hi guys, had another dream. It's been a while. I've been kind of simmering on it. Um, so, but I gotta get it out of my head, get it on the screen, get it on the internet, so you guys can hear it. What's with the shades? Well, I'm trying a new lighting system and it's bright. So instead of me squinting, I'll just kind of like look cool but not be cool. Anyways, here's my dream. Um, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm standing on the beach looking east, kind of northeast. And we're talking like Manhattan Beach, Venice, in that area. But not really kind of at ground level, but I can see all the way Beverly Hills, Hollywood, kind of the whole basin in one shot. And as I'm looking, I'm seeing to my left, which is northwest, I'm seeing the ground burst up. And it's kind of like my previous dream was lava and flowing and everything else. This was different. This was almost like steam venting, dirt, dust, steam. If you've ever seen like a rock quarry where they do timed explosions and they just fire down a road going boom, 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 boom. Well, that's what I saw. But instead of like, they're blowing out a mountain, so you see it blowing towards you, I saw it going straight up. And it was just going in succession in rows, where it was just boom, 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 boom. Then the next one goes boom, 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 boom. And just down the line as it's getting closer to me. And I'm like, this isn't stopping, And as they're going up, it's shooting dust in the air and steam and water. Didn't see any lava or anything else, but it was just like pressurized dirt and water. And they were blowing. At first, all I heard was the booms. And I'm like, okay, that sounded like an explosion, and then the boom, 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 and the ground shook a little bit, but not a lot, because I wasn't exactly standing on the ground. As I saw these rows coming closer to me, I'm like, all right, I got to book it south. And I went into this plaza area, open foyer, big cement thing, and there was this old church. And couldn't tell, was it Catholic, Protestant? I don't know. Could have been Greek. Who knows? All I know is I saw stained glass windows and a tall pillared steeple thing. And I ran into the wood door, big, thick wood, old ancient doors kind of thing. Looking castleistic, I guess is a word. And so I ran in, closed door behind me. There was a young girl, I don't know her age, early 20s, maybe late teens. I didn't really care. I don't know. All I said is, hey, come with me because I think this may be a safe place to go. And she came with me. Door closed behind us. And I remember looking in it, and it was like, okay, there's this loft, mezzanine kind of thing. And I'm like, looked kind of like a barn, but it wasn't. And I'm like, all right. And there were staircases, big, wide, 3 to 4 foot wide, big staircase walking up to the mezzanine or the loft or whatever. And there's big stained glass windows behind it. And I'm like, let's go up there. At least we'll be at higher ground, And she went up there with me. There was a card table. It was square. And there was a guy sitting cross-legged at the table with his laptop. He was Japanese. He had headphones on. And he had glasses. Kind of like this. So who knows? And he was listening to music, dubstep. He's being a DJ. And I'm like, oh, nice. And the card table was black. And he had a microphone. And he goes, hey, check this out. I'm like, okay. Now, the girl and I both sat down at the table, and we were cross-legged, Indian style, whatever. She was to my left, towards her back to the door. I was heading my back to west. His back was to the south, which means east was open. Okay. And he grabbed the microphone, he rubbed it on the table, and I'm like, wow, that's a very interesting sound. It kind of sounded like a guitar, but not quite, and electric guitar and stuff. And he was making all these different kind of sounds and everything else, and he was recording it into the laptop. I guess to sample, whatever. And he had some music playing. And he had a pistol or a gun sitting at the table, and he says, hey, this is a kind of a gun-free area zone, all guns on the table. I'm like, okay. And I had a gun. I didn't have one when I walked in, but whatever. I had one. I put it down on the table, and I was kind of shocked and surprised by it, but I'm like, follow the rules. Here you go, And as he was doing that, the door opened, so we all looked over, and there was this priest who walked in. But he had the collar on, he had the long, all the way down to the ankle kind of thing, like a Greek monk or a Jesuit or something like that, buttons all the way down, and he goes, oh, good, I finally found you guys, I'm here to help. I was looking for you guys. I'm like, okay, well, come on up, so he walked up the stairs, walked behind the girl, and he started to sit down, and I said, hey, this guy, he said the rules are all guns on the table. And he's like, oh, okay. Which surprised me because why does he have a gun? He's a priest. So he sat down. It's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, well, he's a DJ, he's playing music. I was looking for safety because of what was happening outside, and inside this place, nothing was happening. I mean, in terms of like, was there explosions or shaking or anything? Nothing. We were just calmly sitting there just talking everything else, And so this priest put his gun down, and I, still had a bad feeling about this, He goes, so, all guns on the table, right? And I go, well, yeah. He goes, well, that was dumb. Picked up his gun, he shot the Japanese guy in the head. He falls backwards. He shoots at me, hits me in the chest, but all it felt was like somebody punched me. And I kind of fell backwards a little bit, but not to fall over. No impact, no blood, no nothing, whatever else. He wants to go, he looks over to the girl, he was going to attack her. As he was doing that, he was taking his collar off, taking the coat or whatever it is was off, and he had like a long john suit on that had body armor sewed into it, and it was pink. And I remember seeing lines of sewing with these panels inside. And I said, oh no, you're not going to hurt this girl. I grabbed the gun, I shot the guy, and he's like, I got armor on. But when it hit him, he was like, oh, wow, it was a really hard impact. Almost like, it was rebuking. And you could tell this guy was evil, because once he took off the coat, he revealed his true nature. And he's like, okay, I'm done. He turns around to jump off the loft. And the loft is 20 feet up, 20, 25 feet up or so, so it wasn't a small jump, And I shot him again and hit him in the mid of the back of the lower spine where the pelvis is. And his legs didn't work. So as he was jumping off, he transformed into this Asian, almost Chinese, Korean, I couldn't tell, but the face was morphed, and it looked demonic, and it looked evil, and the body changed into a woman. She had a white, tan blouse on, she had a skirt, pants kind of thing, and she growled and hissed, So as the guy was falling, he transformed into this girl before he hit the ground, and there was boxes there. Hit the boxes, and as they were falling, I grabbed the girl and said, we're out of here. I grabbed the girl, walked down, we were running down the stairs, and I kept just unloading the gun at this girl, and every bullet hit her, and it was burning, sizzling like salt or like holy water, holy bullet, I don't know, and every time it did major damage, and the girl and I ran to the door, and then I woke up. So what does it mean? I don't know. They're going to ban guns? I don't know. Are there demonic forces? Probably. Are they disguised as priests and pastors and whoever else, infiltrating the church? Yeah, probably, And then I think about the beginning, and I had dreams of volcanoes and earthquakes and lava blowing up. This time it was more like Yellowstone, where it blows water and steam up, but it was in a row. And it was almost like it was planned and timed, premeditated. So take it to the Lord and hopefully you get an answer. Let me know.